Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Demon Hunter that you guys saw me do the Alliance Cultist content in BFA. And this essentially is basically a wrap-up. I know this is like part one of the playthrough I intended to do with this character in Shadowlands, mainly doing the Revendreth Covenant campaign content and such, because I'm planning on having this guy join Revendreth. However, there's one thing that I actually wanted to do before we delve into the actual Shadowlands content. It's something that I found here, and I'm only aware of this because I actually found this in the PTR, and I was like, oh, this is interesting, and it felt almost kind of like one of those kind of wrap-ups of BFA, because we get to do one more thing here with Magni and Braun.
Needs us, champion.
So, in case you're curious, the quest was, we're gonna need all the help that we can get to save the planet. I've got an idea. Meet me in Nazmir outside the Heart of Darkness. Together we'll seek guidance from someone who may be able to help. And so then we get here and we find Braun. And Braun goes, oh, come on, Magni. This old bird can handle the extra weight. And Magni goes, that thing could barely carry us when I wasn't made of diamond. I'll take my chances on the ground.
Azeroth cries out in pain.
Can you please talk some sense into Braun for me? It's kind of Braun to offer, but his flying machine would drop like a rock with me aboard. Best if it can carry just the two of you. Braun will fly you down to Uldir. I'll find my own way and meet you inside.
Our world. I'll meet you inside Uldir. Bran, fly safe.
Now where'd be the fun in that, huh? Up aboard, champion!
Right with you, Braun.
When we were lads, I used to joke about Magni shouldering the weight of the world. Didn't know he'd take it literally. That's just the way he's always been. As a brother, as King of Ironforge, and now as Speaker of Azeroth. No matter how heavy the burden, Magni takes it all on himself. He's as stubborn as he is brave, and it's cost him dearly. When he turned into Diamond, we all thought he was lost forever, that he sacrificed himself to save us. But that was just the beginning. Now he can hear everything Azeroth says, and feel all the pain she endures. He'll do whatever it takes to heal our world. But this time, there's no way I'm letting him shoulder that burden alone. Now hold on! We're going in!
I like how he just basically takes us straight into the actual raid entrance. Now remember, the Alliance had no presence in this raid in lore, except here. This is the only time in the story, because remember, I took us through the Alliance content in BFA on this character. Not once did Uldir ever come up. There was no quest on the Alliance side to come into Uldir and actually deal with what was going on here. It was all on the Horde side. This is the only time that the Alliance brings up Uldir at all. And of course it has to do with Braun and Magni. Otherwise, the Alliance the rest of the Alliance has no knowledge of what's going on here in Uldir. Like, I know, like, you basically encounter Braun when you come in here, because my guild and I actually came in here and did this raid to do the Glory of achievement run, which we did pull off, and I have the mount to prove it, and as well as the achievements. So, yeah. Otherwise, you know, the main one that's here, of course, is Talanji when you do this as Horde. But this is like the only time Uldir ever comes up involving the Alliance.
I speak for Azeroth.
Ah, good. I see you've arrived in one piece. Now let's see if Mother can lend us a hand. I may be Azeroth's speaker, but Braun's the expert on Titan archaeology. If he says that Mother can help us save Azeroth, then I'm more than willing to place my faith in her. Come, champion. Let's hear what guidance she has to offer.
Fight for our world.
Ha ha! This way!
Greetings. I am the Matron of Tenacity, Herald of Endless Research. Designation, Mother.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Papaneeks.
Visitor identified. Designation, Speaker. Presence of speaker indicates imminent threat to Azeroth.
Exactly. We need your help, Mother. Azeroth's dying, and nothing we do seems to heal her.
Error. Uldir facility designed for old god experimentation and containment. Planetary rehabilitation not within operational parameters. Recommendation. Relocate Mother Unit to Chamber of Heart facility.
No offense, but if me flying machine couldn't carry Magni, I doubt it can haul a Titan Watcher all the way to Silithus.
Acknowledged. Waygate activation advised. Destination coordinates encoded within heart of Azeroth.
Well, you heard her, champion. Let's get to it.
So, I should probably explain, because some of you are probably realizing that timeline-wise, this should actually be taking place, like, before we, encounter Mother in the Chamber of Heart. This is what seemed weird to me when I first encountered this on the PTR for Shadowlands. I was like, wait a minute. This feels like a quest that may have been cut, and they're including it here for future reference if we ever go through this content in the future. To add this missing piece where we were like, how did Mother go from being a raid boss in Uldir to all of a sudden she's there in the Chamber of Heart helping us? And this apparently seems to be that gap that was missing to help explain this part of the story. And I find myself wondering, why was this not ready to go back then? Why is this now being added now? Like, what's the behind the scenes background story behind why this is getting added now, or why wasn't it ready back then? I'm starting to wonder how much of a mess behind the scenes BFA actually was, if this is just now being added. Or maybe this was in place, I never noticed it, but it wasn't very clear, in that regard.
Do you require experimentation?
Because, again, this comes across as if this is the very first time we're basically encountering her outside of fighting her as a raid boss, in order to kind of, like, explain how she then ends up in the Chamber of Heart to aid us with the rest of the expansion. Your decontamination of Uldir is acknowledged and appreciated. Recommendation, continue efforts to resolve total planetary annihilation. And what's interesting about that is she's saying, oh, you clearly have already gone through the raid and have cleansed this place of Gahoon and the other old god presence. Thank you very much.
Looks like there's still some corruption left in the system.
Extermination of all contaminated specimens recommended.
Don't worry, this guy is really well geared. That's not going to be an issue for me at all.
I need a target.
Well met.
It's just as I feared. We don't have much time, champion. This may be our only hope.
Back to work.
These Titan facilities never cease to amaze me. I can only imagine how many of their secrets Bran has yet to uncover. I just hope that one of them holds the answer to saving Azeroth. It's time to bring Mother to the Chamber of Heart. Be prepared for anything, champion. You can never be quite sure what will happen when you activate a Titan machine.
For Azeroth.
A fully functional Titan Waygate? I cannot wait to see it in action!
Warning. Waygate diagnostic routine incomplete. High probability of travel conduit corruption.
Whatever happens, our champion can handle it. Be ready.
Thanks for the vote of confidence,
Something's
Magni.
not right.
I'm out
We're
of
losing her.
range.
System corrupted.
Look at the size of that one!
Take it down.
Augmented decontamination
Ethics.
protocol initiated.
We're getting out of here! These stones have tales to tell.
Oh, that was close, but we made it back to the Chamber of Hut. Now to see if Mother can find a way to heal Azeroth.
Again, this feels so out of place. It explains why she's here, but this just feels very out of place, you know? So, yeah, I just want to show that just for story purposes. Yeah. As you can see, I did a lot of work on this character. But this is basically it. This is basically the official way we are now going to say goodbye to Battle for Azeroth. Gosh, I still have this stuff left over. This doesn't matter anymore because there's no such thing as corruption resistance anymore. And I'm done with the vessels and running those. Yeah. There is one interesting little thing, however. They decided that because the whole Azerite armor thing is no longer a thing, if you had some Titan Residium left over, you're going to actually get it back as currency. I'm going to show you that when we get to a mailbox. I'm going to get this guy in position. I'm going to take him to Stormwind and give you an idea as to... well, you know, I'm obviously going to position him because in the next part, we're officially going to start Shadowlands with this guy. However, it's not going to be for a while because I want to finish up doing the main stuff on my other character in order to do that thing where I've heard that once you finish that up on one character, you then open it up for alts. So I want to open it up for this alt before we get underway. So that's the intention here. But I wanted to start that up, you know, start this off by showing that little extra quest, which, again, it's odd that they were like, okay, let's just slip it in here. Maybe no one will notice. Maybe someone in the future will see it and be like, oh, that's interesting. So, but again, it's also kind of funny doing that in Alliance when there's no quest to go into Uldir as an Alliance character. You know? Farewell, Borealis. Who knows if I'm ever going to come back. I might. I mean, I find myself going back to Dalaran and the Order Halls. But then again, I actually liked those places, and I liked Legion. Not that I disliked BFA. BFA had problems and issues. But it, you know, but it wasn't horrendous. It wasn't terrible. There were plenty of things that I did like about this expansion. But it is now time to move forward and look towards the Shadowlands. And considering that this is my most geared character, as you can see here, 132, he's still got a whole bunch of 130 gear pieces. My Heart of Azeroth was 92, so it's a 146. I had a fully ranked cloak here on this character. It's going to be a while till this guy gets better gear than what he already has, but, you know, since he's basically Mythic Nilotha geared as well as geared from Mythic plus 15 chests and dungeons and such. So, let me show you this right here.
Dear sir or madam, our accounting specialists have created your gold holdings with an amount of coin corresponding to the current fair market value of your Titan Residium. Titan Residium at 1 silver each. This transaction has already been completed by virtue of paperwork containing your signature, which was submitted by that person. Yours faithfully, Usuri Brightcoin, Dalaran Currency Exchange. So I got 87 gold for the, I got 87 gold for the remaining Titan Residium I had because, of course, I'm not going to be using it anymore. So, yeah, I basically cleared up stuff. I did what I did in BFA. There's some things I didn't finish, but I kind of gave up on them, like trying to do a 5-mask run. I got really close, and I didn't pull it off, and I was so disheartened I gave up on it. So,
this character is now, with that quest done, officially done with BFA. And when this playthrough continues, he will be delving into the Shadowlands. Stay tuned.